There we go, GP9. I love the cameras. I really do. I think they're awesome. Conductor, hi engineer. We've got a manifest consisting of scrap metal cars to be taken to the ductile iron pipe factory and powder hoppers bound for the frozen food factory. Let's get started by coupling to the scrap cars behind us. So they really were. They were quite serious. Right. Let's that one, and I want that one. Well, yeah, we've got the dual throttle now. That's better. Right. Powder hoppers have been coupled. Let's go and pick up the scrap metal cars. Head out to the reverse point and we'll reverse in. Where is it? Straight. Oh, okay. Now I've got to change that one. And then OK to that. And then we'll reverse back into there. Right. Cheers, Fringe. Kirkenstein sits waiting for a failure. Oh dear. $805 to beat Ed's score. Oh, I've already. I'm not going to beat the score on this one. I keep forgetting to deal with scores on switching scenarios. You reckon those hoppers are full of custard powder? It's a bird's train, is it? Alright, let's switch tracks, so we'll reverse into the Provo Sharp Yard Track 6 and couple up the scrap metal cars. Have I gone far enough forward? Nope. That one. Oh, God, I'm hopeless at navigating these big yards. My eyes go cross-eyed when I'm looking at these things. Is it that one? Let's have a look and see if we're set for yard 6. We are. The siren looking things outside the running boards. Let me have a look in a minute. Right, I need a brake man. I've got no one watching the rear of the train. Right, nicely done. Let's deliver this manifest. First stop is the ductile iron pipe factory, where we'll drop off the scrap metal cars. Right. Siren things. Right, let's have a look. Where are we going? Okay, for there. Okay, for there. Good. Right, where are we going? Bandiru when used on accelerating on a 0-0 grade. That's very odd. Manifest is basically a mixed goods. Yeah. Rather than a unit train, which is a single type of cargo. Or a single type of wagon at least. Samuel 15. How do you get your hands on a sweet train controller like that? So this is a rail driver. You can get those on Amazon. These are Cytec flight instrument panels, which again you can get on Amazon. And this is a Cytec backlit information panel. So this is all flight sim gear, but it'll work. It all can be made to work. I'm using my own software to make it work. So at the moment, these don't work out the box, the train sim, but this does. This thing is also, this is a PI engineering product, same people that make the rail driver. This is called an Orbi, and then there's a foot pedal as well. But again, those two don't currently work out the box of train sim. I've written all my own software for this lot because that's just how I roll. While we're rolling down here, it's time for a screenshot or two. Does the F40PH included have same features as the DLC? To be honest, I don't know. We'll find out when we get and have a look at it. It's not my signal. Cheers, Taff the Railman. Thanks for joining. Bear in mind, Van Leeuwen, that even so the 0.0 here is the 0 that's basically on this loco, so if there's anything here on a grade, that'll push you along a bit, so that might be why. It's certainly something to take into account. So go via Rings Creek South Lead. So we're coming along here now, and we're going to come in there and stop at Springville Lead, and then we're going to come back and drop the wagons off in there. Okay, that makes sense. Back to the lead, and then continue on, and then reverse into there. Okay, that all looks pretty straightforward. Cheers, G-Force. Thanks for joining. Conductor, we're approaching the factory entrance now. Let's stop at Springville Lead just ahead so we can switch the track and reverse into the factory. Interesting comment from KevMC291. The mountain range to the left of Provo is called the Wasatch Front because it prevents the cities in the area from expanding eastward. So we're stopping in Springville Lead, just up here. Right. Flies. Right, let's get that point changed. Into Ironton Pipeworks unloading. Oh, we're still supposed to be stopped. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Conductor, switch the track so we can reverse into the factory, then drop off the scrap metal cars at Ironton Pipeworks unloading. Already did it. Right, we're nearly coming into the yard now. Push them up into the iron pipe works. Come on, keep going. Alright. So it's only the front 3 wagons we want out, and that's inside the yellow, so I think we can uncouple that. Let's turn that off, and You know what, I'm going to push it back a little bit more just to make sure. Right, so those ones, let's put some brakes on so they don't roll away, and then I guess it's just those ones. Drop off the scrap cars, yep. Nicely done. Next on to the manifest, take the powder hoppers to the frozen food factories. Head off. Sharp drop down there. I'm 5 minutes late now all of a sudden. Speeding too common to deserve a fail. That's what I need to do with SPADs then, and missing stations. Get it to where no one considers them a fail anymore. How many minus points? Oh, we've got 85 plus. Alright, going to the frozen food yard lead. Keeping the speed up so that we can try and minimise our points loss at the next one. I need to beat Ed's score. You see, it's a mandatory. I don't care if how badly I do the rest of the scenario, but I need to beat Ed's score. Guaranteed you'll be off to Tesco's after the stream. Nope. Okay. Bring that round. Where are we going to? 3, which is not that. It's that one. Right. Quite like this orange. Parking up close to the buffers just to keep Ed happy. Excellent, you did well today. Before we return to Provo, let's see how well you did. 781. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's a silver medal though, so... Right. So... How about another giveaway? How does that sound? Does that sound like fun?